It's a wonderful world when you're on the back of a bike and watching the world go by, I suppose. It would be the easiest way to put it. It can be a bit trying at times, mind you, depending on what the incline is. But here to talk cycling is our occasional cycling guest, Ronan Harper, who's chair of Chonaill Gap Cycling Club. Ronan, good to see you again.
Good to see you, John. How are you?
Yeah, good. If you've got a question, by the way, for Ronan, then feel free to get in touch by text. 086 60 25,000 would be the easiest way, or on WhatsApp. Now that the evenings are getting darker, I suppose, and days getting shorter, I find that most of the cycling then is at weekends. You get most cyclists out, obviously, at the weekends. Well, you normally do anyhow, but it's mostly confined, especially over the winter months, to Saturdays and Sundays, or you see more cyclists on the road those days. But in general, now that the weather's getting colder and the evening's darker, what are the essentials, I suppose, at any time of the year before we head out for a cycle? Right now it might be make sure you have gloves and tights and whatever, but at any time of the year.
Yeah, there's a couple of essentials, I guess. The most important thing is to be comfortable on the bike, I think, and be safe on the bike. So I think, like, we would ride still at night time, so lights is very important, obviously. And you know what? We were out in West tonight, John, and whatever about having good lights, you need to wear a high vis.
Yeah.
The high vis is absolutely crucial because you will be seen in a high vis, for miles rather than a little red light at the back of your bike. So if your listeners are going out in the bike, even in the evening, even in daytime now over the winter period, because sometimes you can get wet showers and it gets dark throughout the day. So that high vis reflective jacket is absolutely crucial for when you're out, even in the daytime.
And even the power of lights, because when you think of, like, say, the comparison would be cars, and when you think of the power of the lights on cars, as you say, a little red light on the back of the bike just doesn't...
You do need it. I think it is great to have that flashing light, but a car approaching you from behind, you will be seen for miles and with a high vis where you wouldn't be seen with a red flashing light. So we insist, even in our club now, that if we're out, we must wear high vis, jackets, or, just the little sort of, the little cheap jackets you put on the high vis, sort of RSA ones,
Okay. Visibility aside, other essentials. Well, obviously, is a tire pressure different when you're going out in this sort of weather?
Yeah, so it depends on your bike. So I would always advise your listeners to, in the wet weather, they might want to run a little bit less pressure in their tires. And that really depends on the bike. So, for example, if you have a mountain bike, if you're on off-road on a mountain bike, you could be running 25 psi. Now, to compare that to a car tire, your car would be running 35, 36 psi in that wheel. A mountain bike off-road would run something similar, maybe a bit less, because there's that softness to it, which gives you grip. If you're on the roads, like a lot what we do, if I'm on the road on my mountain bike, I'll have maybe 40 psi in my tire.
So really hard.
Yeah, well, hard for a mountain bike because you can get up to 60 psi on a mountain bike, but on a road bike, so the one with the skinny wheels, which is also a hybrid bike, you can go up to 110 psi in those tires. Now compare that to the pressure in a car of 35. Your little skinny wheel on a road bike could be 110 psi. And what I've started playing with recently is that I've been sort of bringing back down that pressure. So in the wintertime when it's wet, I'll have it around 80 psi. In the summertime, I'll have it about 90 to 95. Because in the winter, you just want that little bit of softness. Sometimes the road can be a little bit bumpy, a little bit smooth on the road, but it'll give you a bit better grip on the wet road. So my advice is just in the wintertime, pull your PSA down to maybe between 85 or thereabouts rather than the 95, 100 for the road or the hybrid bike with the skinny tyres. That'll give you better grip on the road.
Okay. And then obviously, things like gloves and tights.
You need the base layers, I think, and you can get the base layers quite cheap in the multinational discount stores in the middle aisles. And watch out for that stuff over the winter because they will be on sale. So I think layers is really, really important. As I said to you before air there, I went down to LK Bikes and I bought a stack of stuff for winter. So I got myself new gloves. Full finger gloves that have got a bit of padding in them for a bit of heat.
This is full fingered.
Full fingered, so I've moved away from the mitts, but I've got more gloves than I've had hot dinner sometimes. So and it's really hard to get the right ones, but I just found a pair down there, put them on, it says right, they're my gloves, and I bought them. So there's a bit of heat in them, a bit of padding. I suppose the thicker the glove, you lose the dexterity sometimes in that, but it's just a fine balance. Get yourself a pair of overshoes for your shoes. So like if you're just using normal pedals, you might be running on trainers. If you've got clip-on bikes, you'll have cycling shoes. So get yourself a pair of overshoes, and that keeps the water and wet mostly out, or it keeps a lot of it out.
And the cold, because it's amazing. Your upper body can be warm.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's not that much movement from your
Yes.
in your ankle area,
yeah.
and your feet can get a bit.
Your
colder
feet
than
can,
you might
mine
think.
get very cold. I'd come in after some rides and my toes might be white. So I think, a good pair of socks, and you can get winter socks that are, designed specifically for the winter. But trust me on the overshoes. And for the winter, you can get those neoprene ones. They're a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier, but they keep your feet warm. It's nearly impossible to keep your feet dry if it's wet, because the wet will trickle down your leg and into your shoe at some point, or it'll come up the bottom. But overshoes are essential to keep your feet dry. Good gloves. I was actually looking during the week. You can buy heated gloves now. So little, and you can spend anything from €50 to €250 on heated gloves.
Right.
Some people, get cold fingers and it's not that comfortable. So one of our club members wears heated gloves when he's out with us on Wednesday nights over the winter.
Okay. So the message is really that cycling, even here in Donegal, can be all year round. And would a lot of people who take cycling seriously, would they transition from roads to off-road now at this time of the year?
Yeah, well, we do, and I know I do, I suppose, and I'm trying to sort of delay that because I've enjoyed the road bike all summer, and I'm still on the road bike on Sundays, but I'm back on the mountain bike on Wednesdays. Wednesday nights we go out at night time for a couple of hours.
Plenty of trails, like you still put in the
loads
miles.
of trails, loads of trails around Donegal. Like we would have different locations from around, and you'd see it in our Facebook page. We would start in different locations, but we were over in Braca on Wednesday night. They're up around the Minicat wind farms. Stunning looking down over Letterkenny. It's all off road. Just real stunning part of the world up around there. But like I'm out in the road bike this evening because I'm still doing a bit of training. But I'm going to transition to the mountain bike very soon, all over winter, because it's just a matter of going out and enjoying it then, and you're less worried about doing big miles or big average speed. So it's just about enjoying being out.
Yeah, because ultimately that is what it's about, enjoyment.
Yeah.
And then for, I know we've talked about them before, but greenways for trails, or along the side of the road, Donegal is getting better.
It is. It is getting better, and I think there's loads more that they could do. We've probably spoke before about sort of off-road trails, like our club's going up to Rostrevor this weekend for mountain biking. I know there's talk before about a greenway between Donegal Town and Ballbafay. We would love to see that happen. There's been consultation around that. We have some brilliant greenways. We've got the Glenties to Dunlow Greenway. That is absolutely fantastic. Real safe part of the road. To use that part of the road, particularly in winter time, particularly for your casual cyclists. That's 27 kilometres of pure greenway, which is fantastic, lovely scenery.
That's a great stretch.
Great stretch of road, brilliant stretch of road.
Another one opened this year, Muff to Greencastle.
That's right, there's Muff to Greencastle.
Right along the coast there, beautiful.
Stunning, and I think that's about 5 or 7 kilometres, and you've got the Castlefin to Lifford Greenway as well, which is open this year as well. And that gets plenty of use, so plenty of trails and sort of safe areas to ride your bike in the winter, particularly when the days mightn't be great and you're worried about visibility and you're worried about your safety. Greenways are there for to use. And
I read somewhere that recently there was more funding to that end, so hopefully we'll be seeing more and more.
There is. I think they're doing more from Glenties to Ardra as well. I see the diggers out on the side of the road, so I think there's a greenway going out there as well, just to extend that out.
Great for casual cyclists and for families. Gives you that confidence when you have a family.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Okay, and what about your own club? What's what's imminent, or what's
I suppose like in October things are starting to dry up for events and stuff like that there, but there's 2 key events on in October that your listeners might be interested in. Our friends up at Errigal are holding their annual harvest tour on Sunday the 20th of October, so in a couple of weeks time, and that's like a 70 kilometre and 100 kilometre bike ride, and there's food and all afters. And then the following Sunday, which is the 27th, we have our annual Halloween Howl and Growl event. Yeah, and that's really exciting for us this year. We've a brand new route starting off in Leitchamack Award, heading out towards Crowy Head, and there's going to be suitable for mountain bikes, suitable for road or for gravel bikes this year. Not for road bikes because there's a fair bit of off-road on it as well, but there's not that many gravel events around Donegal, so as our clubs are delighted to have that event, and we've sort of planned it all out. So the registrations for that will be open on the Cycling Ireland website within a few days, and I say Errigal already having there. So there's not that much. It kind of dries up for the winter. Then there's not that many sort of sportives or things happening.
And like say your event, your Halloween event, and you're not a member of a club, can you still sign up?
You can still sign up, yeah. So if you're not a member of a club and you're not a member of Cycling Ireland, if you go onto our Facebook page, as I say, we are just finalising the registration with Cycling Ireland today and tomorrow. So from next week, you'll be able to go on and register. So if you're a Cycling Ireland member or a member of another club, you can sign up. But if you're brand new to cycling and you've got a mountain bike or a gravel bike, you can sign up as well, and we'll welcome you with open arms. And there's going to be loads of hot food, and we'll, as I say, we'll look after you.
Great. So you're off to Rostrevor this weekend. It's a great part of the world. Yeah. Nice scenery up there as well. It's tough.
It's tough. It is tough. It's a fantastic facility, though. Yeah. There's a lot of climbing on it. The scenery, it's brilliant for hikers as well. So we have a couple of club members going up and they're leaving the bike, so they're going to hike around it. So beautiful part of the world, and great trail centre up there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy and stay on the bike.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, John. Cheers.
Around the Northwest with John Breslin with Virgin Media, rolling out 2 gig full fibre broadband with 99.9% reliability across Donegal. See virginmedia.ie.
Congrats, class of 2024. Celebrate at Backstage Bar and Grill with a 2-course meal for $24.95 or 3 courses for only $29.95. All graduates who dine with us get a free glass of Prosecco. For more information or to book, call 074 91 21976. Cheers to your achievement.
Country Sundays at the Clanry Hotel, Letterkenny, this Sunday, 5th of October. It's Jerry Guthrie and his band. Dancing 9 till 11, admission €15 on the door. Coming Sunday 12th, it's Claudia Buckley and her band. But this Sunday, don't miss Jerry Guthrie at the Clanry Hotel, Letterkenny.
Sheridan Security, now introducing zero-wire smart alarm systems. Zero wire, zero mess, and a real peace of mind. With a simple press of a button, your alarm can be set or unset, or download the free app and control it from your phone. Call us today on 074 912 6025 and get your alarm from €299. Stay local, stay safe, and protect what you value most with Sheridan Security Systems.
If the medical experts get it wrong, everything changes. From misdiagnosis or delayed diagnosis to surgical injury or even poor treatment, all have physical, emotional and financial consequences. We're here to help. So if your treatment didn't go according to plan, speak to our experienced medical negligence team at McElhenney and Associates. Find us online or call 074 917 5989. McElhenney and Associates Solicitors, Stranorlar. In contentious business, a solicitor may not calculate fees or other charges as a percentage or proportion of any award or settlement.
Highland Radio Time Checks brought to you by EirGrid, the operator and developer of Ireland's electricity grid. EirGrid, powering up communities, powering up Ireland. The time is?
It's now 19 minutes past 2.
If life was like a jigsaw, where would you start? You think you got the picture like it's written on your heart. You lay out all the pieces one by one, but if you stare at it too closely, the answer never comes. So I take a breath, cause I need time to figure this all out. I got lost inside what I thought I need, but I understand now. The perfect day. I just wanna see you happy, a smile on your face. Nothing else matters, cause you're everything to me, to me, to me. You're everything to me. Can you tell me where I'm going? Tell me what comes next. Cause I know that it's not over, I haven't even started yet. I just wanna get there, but I hope it's not too late. Cause the closer that I'm getting, the more I feel the way. Let's take a breath, take our time to figure this all out. I got lost inside what I thought I need, but I understand now. the perfect day. I just wanna see you happy, a smile on your face. Nothing else matters, 'cause you're everything to me. All that I thought I want is not what I really need. You're right in front of me. No, I don't need the sunlight shining on my face, and I don't need perfection to have the perfect day. I just wanna see you happy, a smile on your face. Nothing else matters, no, nothing else matters, 'cause I don't need the sunlight shining on my face, and I don't need perfection to have the perfect day. Just wanna see you happy, a smile on your face. Nothing else matters, no, nothing else matters. Yeah, I don't need the sunlight shining on my face, and I don't need perfection to have the perfect day. I just wanna see you happy, a smile on your face. Nothing else matters, 'cause you're everything to me, to me, to me. You're everything to me.
John, would you get somebody to cut the bushes around the speed sign at Lurgy Brack School? Well, I'm not in charge of the bush cutting department, but there it is. It's out there now, so if anybody is, or if that's your area of expertise, then those signs need to be seen. And if you could just clear the bushes around them, it would be much appreciated. Livestock are at risk from a disease called blue tongue. And apparently blue tongue has now spread across eastern England, and there's been some isolated cases in the southwest as well, and also in northwest Wales. And the disease has spread across continental Europe. Early detection, it seems, of any outbreak is crucial to prevent onward spread. And there's a call to farmers to report any suspect cases. It's a viral disease. It affects cattle and also sheep, goats and alpacas. It doesn't pose food safety or a public health risk. And apparently it's spread between animals by midges, by biting midges. The midges were out this week. What even was it? It was Wednesday even. It's out with the dog for a walk and just stopped for a chat, and they were kicking in. Anyhow, that's the way that blue tongue is spread, it seems, and the high risk period here in Ireland runs from spring until late autumn. More information online at gov.ie.
Well, I've seen you before on that discotheque floor. You were driving me out of my mind. Oh, but I could have sworn that I saw something more in your eyes. Although you were surrounded by beauty unbounded, your glances intended for me. And though I tried to hide it, I found myself looking to see.
That is Susie Quattro, and that is it for today on the show. Thanks to Shannon Wilkin. Up next on Jive Time, it is David. You can catch him here on the radio, and you can watch him tonight on the Late Late Show on their country special. Anyhow, have a great weekend, and I'll chat to you on Monday. David's up after this short break.
Around the Northwest with John Breslin with Virgin Media, rolling out 2 gig full fibre broadband with 99.9% reliability across Donegal. See virginmedia.ie.
Connect Hearing is open for free hearing tests. Our audiologist is available Monday to Friday for wax removal services at our Letterkenny Clinic in the Courtyard Shopping Centre. We also offer a home visit for those who aren't able to visit us. Our hearing is our social sense. Are you finding hearing more of a challenge? Call Ursula today on 07491 13296 to make an appointment. Good hearing helps us to connect to our family, friends and loved ones. Connect Hearing, connecting you to life.
Make your meals simply better with food from around the world at Dunn Stores. Combine our fragrant curry pastes with creamy coconut milk for a taste of Asia. Take your taste buds to Italy with our delicious range of pastas and sauces and go big on